Under Country for today's game featuring the Dayton Bulldogs versus your Governor Livingston Highlanders. Rules are here in today's athletic event provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated. Could subject the violator to ejection and may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this competition at a high level of good sportsmanship. We ask that you let the players play, the coaches coach, and the officials officiate. Thank you and best of luck to both teams. The officials for today's game: Steve Peloso, Mark Computo, Kevin Schmidt, Tyler Kiefer, Andrew Tedesco, James Perez, and joining me up here in the booth, Charles Talbot. At this time, we'd ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem, sung by Levi Perez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Levi.
Everyone else already switched. Anyone have
There's a red pom down there. What top? I don't know who they did. They're mine. I have to switch back after.
Captains for today's game: the Dayton Bulldogs, number 0, Jackson Favorites, number 0, Dominic Pintado, number 8, Isaiah Rivas, number 17, Adrian Berknoff. For the Highlanders, number 17, Connor Jakubowski, number 53, Joey Switlick, number 75, Theo Tombros, number 97, Mason Barker.
My mom liked it. I was showing her. Get the flag out. He's waiting on me. They're actually not. They're cute. They're like so many people are wearing.
Head coach for the Dayton Bulldogs is Nick Iacone. Head coach for the GL Highlanders is Pete Remici. Highlanders receive the opening kickoff here to start a 2026 football season here at Fry Field.
Claudia a bag of like little cans, and I said you guys can eat, but like they're also good for winter. So I said you guys
Ladies
can
and
never,
gentlemen,
like,
welcome
eat them
to
for the
Governor
winter.
Livingston High School. My name is Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining us here today for this matchup in Week 0 between your Governor Livingston Highlanders and the Dayton Bulldogs, brought to you by Governor Livingston High School Television. It's a good day for a matchup. Pretty balmy,
Like 1 more minute.
mid to high 80s right now, I believe.
There you just
No
got
rain
delivered.
in sight, unlike
So we have
yesterday.
it
I
at the
know
end of the game.
there was some football action disrupted because of thunderstorms in the northern New Jersey area, but we are clear of rain today, clear skies. In fact, probably a bit too clear because everyone's getting a bit heated in the sun, but
I was in a bit of a
regardless of the temperature,
next time
we came to play and we're hoping for a good game today.
Okay.
Dayton and Governor Livingston, two teams that have not played each other
It was open so I
in
could get in and out easily.
over 13 years. In the past 13 years, they have not played each other once, despite the fact that Dayton is over in Springfield, just on the other side of Summit, New Jersey, and the two towns are separated by less than 20 minutes. And they play in the same conference, the Big Central. They haven't played in the same division in years, though, and we are back. Dayton v. Governor Livingston High School football.
Kick goes out of bounds, flag on the
The
play.
kick is out of bounds. That'll be flagged. And the Highlanders will start the first drive of this 2026 season at the 40-yard line. A lot of interesting things to talk about with the Highlanders, but much like last year, this is still a relatively young team, heavy on the sophomores and freshmen.
Get ready, we're back.
There are
It's
a few seniors
2026. We
and
came to
just a
win.
few juniors,
Brought our
but
tricks.
sophomores are
Where
the
we belong.
majority
Our team stays
on the
strong.
team.
From the hill, we'll prove you wrong. Red, white, blue.
So we'll see who
It's
comes
hard
out
to get
to
through.
lead the
Our
Highlanders
defense
first.
is tough. The fight will be rough.
That'll be number 7, Colin Hughes, who will give it a handoff, cut to the right side. I can't see who that was in the carry, but
The Highlanders don't stop. We rise to the
that'll be enough for a first down. It'll bring the Highlanders just about to the 50-yard line. So a solid run.
That's good enough for a Highlander first down.
Bit of the Highlander band there. Can't quite see who's lined up in the backfield. Either way, another handoff up the middle and sorry, to the left side. That one will be stopped after a few yards. It's number 17, Connor Jakubowski, who took that one on the ground. The Highlanders, of course, are going to go with a run-heavy offense. They have taken this approach.
That basket's really good, but my phone's working, so I didn't get it.
Michio, another capacity guy. He likes to run up the gut. He loves this two-man backfield that we're seeing right about now. There will be another handoff off the gut. That'll go for yet another first down. About a gain of 10. And I believe that's Connor Jakubowski once again, number 17, one of the few juniors on this team.
Handoff. Jakubowski
And it will be.
moves the ball down to the 37-yard line.
So 37-yard line already into Dayton territory of the Highlanders.
Highlanders.
Under a minute and a half into the game.
37-yard line.
A solid start. Now, GL in the last half of the 2025 season didn't have the best of luck. Went 2 for 5 in the second half, but managed to win their last 2 games against Metuchen and New Brunswick,
Let's get fired up.
but would fall to Bernards, Voorhees, and Johnson before.
Let's get fired up.
Another run up the middle for Jakubowski.
Here on the carry. Moves the ball down to the 33-yard
Not
line.
Jakubowski. It'll be a gain of about 4. Highlanders set up for a 3rd and 6.
Second down and 6.
2nd and 6, excuse me. Another 2 backfield set. Hughes will take the snap. They'll give it a handoff in a misdirection up the middle, and that'll be stopped pretty much out the line of scrimmage. 1 yard gain at the most for the Highlanders. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
Garcia on the carry moves the ball down to the 31-yard line.
That was
3rd down and 4.
Elijah Garcia on the carry. Another one of the juniors. It'll be a pretty junior-heavy backfield. Last season, GL's 3 leading rushers in Elijah Garcia, or 2 of GL's 3 leading rushers in Elijah Garcia and Mateo Loya were sophomores, now juniors. Dominic Labisi, the dual sport athlete who also played for GL baseball, went for 537 yards. He was a senior, graduated last year. Unfortunately, got injured about halfway through the season, so he was on pace to break 1,000 yards, just didn't get there. As there's a bit of the Governor Livingston High School band. I don't believe they will be performing a halftime show at this game, but we will see. Loya with Garcia lined up behind him, motioning a man across. Garcia takes it up the middle, cuts the outside, spins, gets around to the left side, jukes another, is eventually brought down out of bounds. But not before getting close to the first down marker, and then coming up just short. Gain of 9 for Elijah Garcia, shifty on the play. He's a dual sport athlete too, a lot of them on this roster. Him and Parker Chatfield both going out for baseball. Parker Chatfield also on the varsity baseball team, so a 3-sport varsity athlete. A bit rare you see those, but all the coaches here at Governor Livingston High School love to preach being a multi-sport athlete. And these guys are taking that to the fullest. Elijah Garcia lined up behind Hughes, excuse me. Hughes will take a keeper up the middle, and can't quite tell if he get the first down. I don't think he did. He'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be lined up for 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
.6:45 left in the first quarter. The Highlanders run-heavy approach takes a lot of time off the clock. It's something that, both they and the Dayton Bulldogs need to be aware of. Elijah Garcia on the carry there. I don't think he got the first down. He might have been stopped short. Another run up the middle. And the sideline judges, or the line judges, motioning for a 4th down, and it is. So Highlanders could go for a field goal here. Mason Barker is the kicker on the roster. Last year he was 12 for 17 on extra points. But it seems like the Highlanders will keep the offense out there on a 4th, and there's probably inches at this point. 2-man backfield again. Tommy Fettis lined up to the right. And a false start drawn by Colin Hughes. That'll give the Highlanders a first down on the penalty.
Offside against Bulldogs. That's a 5-yard penalty. Moves the ball down to the 9-yard line. Will be first down and goal for the Highlanders at the 9-yard line. First and goal at the 9.
More from the band. I'm told they have a few new pep songs this year, composed by one of their very own, Levi Lopez, also our national anthem singer today. Thank you very much, Levi. So we will see if they play any of those. I'm sure I'll notice them because they've never been played before. Man motion across. And a quick handoff. Jakubowski going no there. Loss of 1 yard, bring up a 2nd and 11 for the Highlanders.
2nd and goal from the 10.
Talked about GL was relatively young. Dayton is significantly more senior in their lineup of players, but definitely more of an even spread. A lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores. Definitely not as many freshmen as the Highlanders, but you get a decent spread of experience. Hughes will throw across the middle, high point it. Connor Jakubowski
Pass is complete for a touchdown.
will go up
Highlanders.
and pull it down for the Highlanders. I just preached about the run game of the Highlanders. Last year there were 2 passing touchdowns total. Hughes had one, and Mateo Loya had the other, and now Hughes in the first game has one.
Holland Hughes pass. Connor Jakubowski, 10 yards for the Highlander touchdown.
Passing touchdown for the Highlanders.
Mason Barker
Will
on
be
the
first on the board.
extra point.
7-0 awaiting the extra point attempt from Mason Barker.
Score 1 second! Hey!
That kick is good. 1:15 left here in the first
The
quarter.
Highlanders lead 7-0.
It's the Highlanders 7, the Bulldogs 0.
So the Highlanders
And gentlemen,
showing
come by
their
the
first
GL's
drive.
football spirit wear table
Dayton
located by the snack shack.
will take
As
over
weather turns a
after
bit
the
colder,
ensuing
now's the
kickoff
time
from
to
Mason
buy your
Barker.
GL football
And we'll see what the
spirit wear.
Bulldogs
Our
have in
supplies
store
last.
for this
Visit the table
2026
today.
season. I mentioned the Highlanders last year. Ended up going 5-5, went 3-2 in their last 5 games of the season. Dayton, a bit different, went 4-1 in their last 5 games of the 2025 season. They went 7-2 overall. Did not manage to make the playoffs because of power points, but they had a pretty successful season. Pete Remigio, of course, has led the Highlanders now to a perfect 500 record over his 4-year career. As Mason Barker sends that one into the end zone and will set the Bulldogs up at the 25-yard line. So they'll get decent field position, and we'll see what their offense looks like. The Bulldogs will likely be led by Adrian Bernkopf.
First and 10 at the
Last year,
20-yard line.
1,270 passing yards on the season, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So quite the opposite of the Highlanders, a very rush-heavy offense. Although they still did tally up 1,100 rushing yards. The Highlanders managed to get to 1,700. Had Labisi been there, they probably would have put him closer to 2,000. But a run cutting off to the right side to start off for the Bulldogs, and that one looks like it went nowhere, maybe a gain of about 1 to set up a 2nd and long.
Gain of 1 on the play. Second down and 9.
There's a gain of 1, so 2nd and 9. Did not see who was on the carry there. Couldn't get a glimpse at the number, but Bernkopf is in the backfield. Now he'll drop back to pass, looking over the middle, rolling out right. Bernkopf chased, throws downfield. That one will be out of bounds for an incompletion. It'll bring up 3rd and long for the Bulldogs.
Bernkopf's pass incomplete. Then the pitching. Brings up a 3rd down and 9 on the 21-yard line.
You want to stay for this?
Yeah, my door's on. This will be one of the band's new songs, Drowning by a Boogie with a Hoodie. Bernkopf will drop back again. He'll roll out to his left. Being chased down currently. Met, almost dragged down. He'll be pushed out of bounds short by about 2 yards of the 1st down marker. Had 2 guys chasing and managed to escape the pressure, escape a jersey tug, but eventually forced out of bounds by the Highlanders defense by 2 different defenders.
The 1st down brings up a 4th down. Long 1 yard. Ball's placed at the 29-yard line. Jakubowski back deep.
Dayton will run the punt unit out onto the field. Connor Jakubowski will set up to be the returner for the Highlanders. Jakubowski was their main returner last year. 14 kick returns, 282 yards. 8 punt returns for 75 yards. High snap there. That one will be got away. Big boot. Connor Jakubowski will have to track back. And he'll watch this one roll all the way until what looks to be about the 23-yard line. And Dayton will get a hand on it. 3:08 left in the first quarter. The Highlanders will have their second drive. Dayton goes 3 and out on the first. Not the start there we're hoping for. Head coach Nick Iannacone probably hoping he could lead his team a bit better on the first drive, but he had a successful season last year, so the pressure probably isn't on him yet, but of course any football coach, any coach in general wanted to lead their team to a successful season. That's pretty obvious. But with slightly more competitive competition this year, the Bulldogs will probably be hard pressed. Governor Livingston, of course, a Group 2 school compared to Dayton's Group 1, so a bit bigger, a bit more of a pool to pull players from, which usually indicates a higher talent for the team, unless you're, of course, a private school, in which case, who knows. Either way, gain of about 5 yards on the first down for the Highlanders. Direction gain of 4, 2nd and 6 it is now for the Highlanders. Elijah Garcia will be lined up in the backfield once again. 4 receivers set, even. Hughes will look to pass. He'll go out to the left, throw this one over the top. That's caught. Not sure who that's by. That's gonna go all the way. Let's go, Jack. Number 3, Parker Chatfield on the reception. There will be a flag as I believe a fight is breaking out on the field, but that won't matter. The Highlanders went the distance. Parker Chatfield, not quite sure how long that one went, but that'll be a new career long passing for Colin Hughes. His last year was only 16 yards.
Completed to Parker Chatfield for the Highlander touchdown.
A beautiful pass right over the top of the defense. No safety help on that far left side. Jakubowski just taller than that cornerback. Offsetting personal fouls against Dayton and Governor Livingston, which might bring the touchdown back. It won't bring the touchdown back. But the Highlanders will set up. The Highlanders will set up for a 2-point attempt. Either way, or not, they will go for the field goal. So, Mason Barker will attempt the field goal, and he'll have it blocked.
No good.
Never turns on blocked. Extra points
2:05 left here
in the high school game, so 13-0 the score. The Highlanders over the Bulldogs. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in the first quarter. A hot start for the Highlanders. Potentially a good sign for this season. Last year, the Highlanders did not have such a great start in the first game of the season. The Highlanders fell The Highlanders managed to take a loss in the first game of the season, didn't even put up a point on the board. But would eventually go on to even the schedule out, or even the record out, excuse me, after going 0-2 the first 2 games. So, another kickoff for the Highlanders. Dayton will have a second attempt and the chance to fix some of their offensive woes from the first drive. Mason Barker will send this one off. He's been putting in the work on the offseason, trying to get better as a kicker. It is his senior year. He's one of the few seniors on this team, and that's a nice kick. It'll be fielded at the 10-yard line by Dayton. Not sure who that returner is, but he'll get around to the left side, escape a few, eventually forced out of bounds. That'll be number 0, Jackson Babiars, one of the seniors on this Dayton team, allowed to go for far too long on that return. I'm sure Coach Romicchio and
knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line. The Bulldogs will take over first and 10.
Coach Torino, the defensive coordinator, will not be happy with that. Dayton, pretty good starting field position. They'll be, I believe, into Highlander territory already. They will. They'll start at the 47. 1:53 left. And a keeper here by the quarterback, who will spin off a defender. There's a helmet loose on the field. Not sure where that came from. That should probably be a penalty somewhere.
Burknoff on the carry.
But Adrian Burknoff,
Flag on the play.
and it will be called back. Hands to the face. I'm not sure if that penalty is against the Highlanders for removing a man's helmet or against Dayton for one of their guys removing their own helmet, but it is a Dayton player missing a helmet. So the referees will sort this one out. I believe if the Dayton player removed his own helmet, it should be a penalty against him. There's Adrian Burkhoff going for the touchdown, a 43-yard rush. Spun off a defender and escaped another. He wasn't the biggest of rushing threats last year, 292 rush yards only, but that was on 55 attempts. He had the second most attempts on the team behind their running back, Tyler Fuscaldo, who had 119 attempts, 749 yards. Burkhoff did have 8 touchdowns in the season, so evidently was used in red zone rushing and the likes.
Timeout, Highlanders.
Oh my God.
It'll be a timeout called by the Highlanders. 1:39 left in the first quarter.
We're not going to change now. Literally going to be so
And we will take a short break while the teams discuss it over. I'm Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television on YouTube and or Facebook. We'll be back
Bulldog
in
touchdown
about
by
30 seconds.
Adrian Burknoff.
Yeah.
No, there should have only been 6 in the box yet. That's yeah, that's what you meant. Well, that's why I sent them, because I didn't want you to have to pay if you weren't coming in. It's 100 degrees. Is that fast? Oh, wait, so are you just, you don't want me to bring, are you, oh, you don't want to say the whole time. I was thought you fit up there. It should have been 6. 15.
Lambert's on to attempt the extra point.
That's right. He did. There's 9.
How did it break off full?
No, I ordered 9.
Kick is no good.
Let's go, Blue!
So it will be a touchdown for the Dayton
1:39
Bulldogs.
left here in the first quarter. It's the Highlanders 13.
The extra point attempt,
Bulldogs
no
6.
good.
Okay.
So 13-6 is the score. The Highlanders lead by 7. A quick touchdown for the Dayton Bulldogs. A correction of their offensive woes in the first drive. The Highlanders will look to get one back with 1:39 left in the first quarter and just under 14 minutes left until half. I mentioned that these two teams not very far apart, about 20 minutes, just a few miles drive. So the Dayton supporters will be here on that far side with their band and their cheerleaders. It is a blackout for the Highlanders. I don't think we've seen the student section yet. Not sure why they would choose a blackout on a day that was supposed to get up to 90 degrees. It's currently only 77. Feels like it might be 100.
15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty against Bulldogs. Move the ball back to the 25-yard line.
No, it was good. Wait, can I see it? Oh, yeah. That was good. That was good.
Kickoff from the Bulldogs from Perez, and this one will be returned into Dayton territory. Brought down at the 37-yard line. Jakubowski cutting that one up the middle. Being shifty, and he'll set his team up in a great position for the third drive of the game. Still a minute and 30. The Highlanders might be able.
37-yard line. First and 10 for the Highlanders.
The Highlanders might be able to get another touchdown in before the second quarter even starts. We might be in for a high-scoring one if so. Of course, the clock won't start running unless one team gets a 4-score lead on the other. So we'll just keep running up the score until either one team gets separation
Garcia on the carry.
or the game ends.
Lynch
Garcia on the
stop.
carry. Looked to be a gain of about 2, setting up a 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2.
Come on, GLS, up that score, 6-1.
Garcia last year, 130 rushing attempts for 806 yards. He led the team with 8 touchdowns. Dominic Labisi came up just behind him with 7 touchdowns. Of course, mentioned the injury, probably would have had more. It's a shame it was his only season playing football. Hughes fakes the run for himself, hands it off to, I believe that was Garcia once again. It was not
Jakubowski on the carry. Lynch on the stop.
Went for a solid gain, looked to be about 6, set up a
Moves the
3rd
ball
and
down
short.
to the 28-yard line. 3rd down and a long 1 yard to go.
Or a 3rd down and 1. So Hughes will break. Jakubowski still lined up behind him. He'll hand it off to Jakubowski. He'll go to that left side and he'll be
Garcia on
swarmed.
the carry.
Sorry, that is Garcia. He'll be swarmed before he can make it to the line of scrimmage.
Pintado.
And he'll bring up a 4th down, and the clock will run to the end of the
That's
first
the
quarter.
end of our
So
first quarter.
here
Here
from
at
Five Field at Governor Livingston High School on the
Highlanders
hill,
13,
the score is
Bulldogs
13-6. The Highlanders lead by 7. I'm Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us on Governor Livingston High School television. We'll be back in just about a minute.
GL Highlanders would like to thank our business sponsors for their generous support of GL football, Berkeley Developers, Berkeley Heights Mountainside PBA, Cascade Tree Experts, Goodman's Deli, John's Cafe, Gabriel Fitness and Grit Athletic Performance, Jag 1 Physical Therapy, Mountainside PAL, New Jersey, Oral, Mexicoco and Implant Surgery, Dogtopia, D'Entrée Driving School, Specialties, and Tide Cleaners. Thank you for these following establishments for their generous support. In feeding our football team, Bart's Market, Clementi's Pizza, Jersey Joe's, Kraft Bagel, George's Union Subs, Bernard's Cafe, Cousins Deli for the generous support in feeding our team during camp and team meals. Brings up a 4th down and 1. Ball's on the 28-yard line.
Highlanders will face a 4th short for the second time this game. They'll keep the offense out on the field. And two
Garcia on the
opposing
carry.
point, and Garcia, according to the referees, seemed to get enough for the first down, although now they're respotting the ball.
That's good enough for a Highlander first down, Highlanders.
And it will be enough for a first down.
For the Highlanders. Ball is placed at the 27-yard line.
27-yard line, gain of 1 by Elijah Garcia, just enough to get to the first down. The Highlanders driving yet again. Hughes alone in the backfield, 5 wide set. Potentially looking for either a QB keeper or a pass. Will drop back to pass, looking over to that right side. Throw, caught.
Hughes pass complete to Loera.
Mateo Laloya on the reception.
Loera on the
An unlikely
pass.
receiver, only had 2 receptions
Thank
all
you.
last year, but Hughes has been slinging this one so far. I believe he's 3 for 3 on the day.
Moves the ball down to the 20-yard line.
Good look for the Highlanders offense, if I do say so myself. Always got to have a solid ground game to open up the pass, and the Highlanders have managed to rip a few big runs here and have stayed consistent on the ground, so Hughes allowed a little bit more leeway when going to the pass. I'll have a 5 wide set yet again. Man motion over the middle. Jakubowski, a counter, handoff.
Laloya on
Mateo
the carry.
Laloya on the carry there. That's more like what he usually does. Last year he had 202 yards, 55 attempts on the ground. It's mainly a short yardage running back, excuse me.
Moves the ball down
But
to about the 3-yard line. That's good
with
enough
motion
for a
across from the
Highlander
slot.
first down. First and goal for the Highlanders.
With a reverse handoff, and the Highlanders will have another first down, and they'll be
First
down
and
into the
goal
red
at
zone
3-yard line.
for the second time today. Now there's a running back in the backfield. Garcia behind Hughes. Garcia slips through
Touchdown,
defender.
Highlanders.
Gets into the end zone, but
Flag on the
flag
play.
is out. Potentially going to bring this one back. It was thrown by one of the backfield judges. So
Flag will be assessed on the kickoff. Touchdown, Highlanders. Elijah Garcia on a 3-yard run.
the touchdown will stand. Elijah Garcia, 3-yard run for the touchdown. We'll put 6 up on the board for the Highlanders. And Mason Barker will come out for the 2-point attempt. Or sorry, for the extra point attempt.
Walker on to the hole to attempt the extra point.
That one up and through
Kick is
the
good.
middle for the Highlanders. So the Highlanders lead 20-6, a 14-point lead.
10:27 left here in the second quarter.
10:27 left.
It's the Highlanders
until
20, the
halftime.
Bulldogs 6.
The Highlanders, 3 drives, 3 scores. Pretty solid start and solid showing for this offense. Dayton just 2 drives and 1 score, so they'll get their 3rd chance shortly here, and we'll see what they can make of it. It's hard to believe that that second drive went off for such a solid run from Bernkopf, but potentially disrupted by the helmet coming off. Maybe staggered the defense a bit and allowed him to get that big run.
All your refreshments.
Regardless
Here on a
of
hot
whether or
day
not that was a
at Fry
fluke, the
Field.
Bulldogs will get another chance. They'll get multiple chances throughout this game, and the Highlanders defense will hopefully avoid a repeat of that incident. As the kicking unit will trot out for the kickoff, and the Highlander band will get into yet another one of their songs.
Penalty was assessed on this kickoff. Walker will kick it from the 25-yard line.
Booted away. Taken by number 18. That'll be Tyler Friscaldo again.
Aldo on the return.
And he'll bring it up just short of the 50-yard line. Looks to be about the 47 or 48.
Jordan Drayton.
And he'll set his team up with good field position for their 3rd drive of the game.
Take over 1st and 10. Ball is placed at the 48-yard line.
It'll be the 48-yard
1st and 10 for
line.
the Bulldogs.
The Highlanders will look to put up a solid stop like they did in the first drive. 10:18 left in the second quarter. Bernkopf will hand off to Friscaldo, who will be met in the backfield and driven backwards. Looks to be a loss of about 1 or 2. The Highlanders.
Aldo on the carry. Laloya on the stop. Gain of 1 yard.
Will bring up a
Brings
second
up
and
a second down and 9.
second
Ball
down and
placed at
9.
the
Excuse me, it was a
49-yard line.
gain of 1 somehow. So 2nd and 9. Bernkopf alone in the back field, 5 wide set. Drops back to pass. Has 2 guys rushing up the middle. Will be met.
Bernkopf is sacked.
Mateo Laloya. Sorry, not Mateo Laloya. That'll be Tommy Fettis, the one to finally bring him down.
Cisco.
Ryan Sakamani and Dylan Cisco, the 2 who got to him first, sophomore and
Ball
junior.
back to the 40.
Fettis finally managing to pull him down. And it'll bring the Bulldogs back to the 43-yard line and set up a 3rd and long. Force them into a pass situation.
Up a 3rd and 16.
3rd and 16, 8:50 left in the second quarter. The Highlanders will back off a bit. A running back in the backfield for the Bulldogs. It'll be Friscaldo. Bernkopf will roll left. No options down the field. Has to toss this one up
Bergdorf's pass incomplete.
and hits empty turf. Luckily for the Bulldogs,
Friscaldo.
as there was a man tracking back and
Goes up
trying
a
to pick that
fourth
one
down.
off. Speaking of picks, the Highlanders last year managed to have 7 of them. 2 tied leaders on the team, Connor Jakubowski and Parker Chatfield, both at 3. And Colin Cisco, the linebacker, managed to come up with 1. Highlanders also managed to recover 6 fumbles. Leader on fumble recoveries
For the Highlanders.
was Sean Sakamani, the senior. He was a force to be reckoned with getting into the backfield and terrorizing quarterbacks. The Bulldogs will come out and punt it away. That'll be Aiden Del Pesci. This will be returned by Jakubowski up the near sideline. A flag probably for a hold
Jakubowski
down
on
behind
the
him.
return.
But he'll get it up to just about the
Villa
40.
on the stop. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play. It'll probably be for holding. Flags were a decent problem for the Highlanders last year. Not their most major, but definitely something pressing that Pete Remicchio wanted to take care of. They've only had, I believe, 2. The offsetting fouls with the skirmish after the first touchdown. And then this. The referees will debate once again. A lot of debating going on by these referees. They don't seem to be too sure of themselves, which I would actually say is a good thing. Some referees are too quick on the whistle and they want to enforce their will, but careful consideration is always better, at least in my opinion. So it will be a hold. The Highlanders will be pushed back 10 yards from the spot of the foul and have their worst field position of the game and start at their own 14. Correction, own 13. Long ways to go on the Highlanders. 3 for 3 on drives, 3 touchdowns in a row through this first half.
10, balls placed at the 13-yard line for the Highlanders. 1st and 10.
Fettis will line up to the right of Hughes. Elijah Garcia behind him. 2-man backfield. It'll be a handoff to Garcia. Fettis being the lead blocker. Garcia has space to the left side. Garcia running. He'll be chased down and
Garcia
pushed out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds by Barris.
By Babiars. But not before he is able to rip a huge one and get down into Bulldog territory.
Ball's placed at the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line. Highlander first down.
Highlanders.
And a journey into offensive territory.
45-yard line. Timeout, Bulldogs. Remember, at halftime, come by the GL Football Spirit Wear table located at the Snack Shack. As the weather turns a bit colder, now is the time to buy your GL Football Spirit Wear while supplies last. Visit the table today at halftime.
Jackson Babiars, coming to just force Elijah Garcia out of bounds after that big run. He's one of the key defensive players for this Bulldogs team. Last year, led the team in interceptions with 4 out of 8 total. They also had the
Highlanders will have it 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line with 8:04 left here in the second quarter at Pride Field.
Who hasn't quite made as big of an impact as he probably would have liked through the first part of this game. He's a senior, so is Babiars. He'll be another run for the Highlanders. That one will go for a solid gain of 2 or 3. Bring up second down.
Dell on the carry. Pick up with 2 yards. Second down and 8. Ball's at the
Bring up a 2nd and 8.
43-yard line.
Hughes with Garcia behind him. Will drop back to pass. Trying to throw this one over the top. Incomplete, out of bounds.
Hughes pass. Intended for Laloya.
Intended from Mateo Laloya, excuse me, a big target down that right sideline.
3rd down and 8.
The sideline fade ball is always a safer bet as long as your quarterback can put enough power under it. Pretty much the only 2 outcomes are the ball flies out of bounds or your receiver ends up getting a chance at it. Hughes making sure that there was no safety help over the top. Safe one there, just the one-on-one coverage from the cornerback. Now Hughes will go with a 5-wide set yet again. Three to his left. Hughes will look right to throw. Trying to go over the top again.
Flag on the play.
Target Connor Jakubowski. There's a flag on the play in the backfield and another flag. This might be for more skirmishing between the offensive defensive lines of these two squads.
Holding against the Highlanders. Unsportsmanlike against the Bulldogs.
They'll be holding against the Highlanders and unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bulldogs. They should move up 5 yards. Unsportsmanlike 15 is a 15-yard penalty. Holding is a 10-yard. The referees are still discussing, however. We'll take a short break while the referees deliberate, and they'll be back when they decide on a course of action.
Netter to play, moves the ball down to the 38-yard line. Bring up a third down. Timeout, Highlanders.
So in the end, the ball will be placed on the 38-yard line. There'll be a third down for the Highlanders, and there will be a timeout on the field from Governor Livingston. So I will continue with my break, and we'll be back when we're ready to resume play. So the Highlanders and the Bulldogs will take back to the field and get set up for this third and short attempt. 3 receiver set to the left of Hughes. Elijah Garcia behind him. 3 yards to gain the first down. Garcia, wide receiver screen, dropped by Parker Chatfield.
Intended for
He's a bit beside himself, put his hands on his helmet as he watched it hit the ground. That'll bring up a 4th and short for the Highlanders. The offense, I believe, will stay out there.
4th down.
Already into Bulldog territory, so not as much of a risk if you turn it over on 4th down. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions through the game. 7 minutes and 6 seconds left in the second quarter, so if they do turn it over, the Dayton Bulldogs will have a decent amount of time, and the Highlanders might even get a 4th chance at a drive. Or a 5th chance, excuse me. This is their 4th. Handoff. Elijah Garcia.
Laloya on the carry.
Take it all the way up the middle. Stiff arms a man.
Touchdown!
Gets into the end zone. Elijah.
Touchdown! Highlanders.
Sorry, that is not Elijah Garcia. That's number 22, Mateo Laloya. Juked a man out and went all the way to the end zone on the 4th down. That'll be about a 33-yard touchdown
on
for
the
Taylor
next
Lawyer.
snap.
That'll be a new rushing long for him as well. And it'll be his first touchdown on the season. Mason Barker will trot out there for the extra point attempt.
Walker in to attempt the extra point.
They get 27 to 6 and give the Highlanders a 21-point lead. Up
The
and
kick is good.
So 27 to 6.
6:54 left here in the second
6:54
quarter.
left
It's
in
the
the second quarter.
Highlanders
The Dayton Bulldogs will receive the
27,
kickoff
Bulldogs 6.
and be set up for their their fourth offensive drive attempt. I'm Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television on YouTube and/or Facebook. We hope you're enjoying the game so far. The Highlanders have a solid lead over the Dayton Bulldogs. We'll be back in just a short second as the Highlanders will kick it off. Mason Barker will send this one away. It'll be received by Isaac Rivas. Excuse me, not Isaac Rivas. Jason Babiars, number 0. And he'll take it for yet another decent return.
Roberts on return. Jackson Cooper on the stop. Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10. Ball's placed at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs from just about the 35-yard line inside their own territory. Not the best field position they've started with, but it'll be a good start. There's a shot of our nice band.
Flag on the play.
And a flag on the play, like for a false start. And it will be. So the Bulldogs will move back 5 yards
Full
and
start against Bulldogs. That'd be a 5-yard penalty.
take it from a 1st and 15.
Ball back
now.
to the 30-yard line. 1st down and 15 from the 30-yard line.
Passing attempt
Bulldogs pass
to the left side there
incomplete.
from Burncott from that's
Brings up 2nd down and
on the
15.
turf. Not quite the showing indicative of how he played last year. Last year he was 72 for 127 on the passing attempts, so just about 60%. I mentioned 1,270 yards, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a long of 87. This year, at least against this Highlanders defense, maybe he's not in rhythm, maybe the Highlanders defense is on lockdown, but he doesn't look like he's quite in form. We'll have a running back behind him. Won't hand it off. He'll go to a wide receiver screen. That was an attempt
incomplete.
to Aiden Del Pesci. And it'll be incomplete. And here's another of the new pep songs from our band, Hey Baby.
Third down and 15 from the 30-yard line.
So the incompletion will bring up a 3rd and 15 for the Bulldogs. Looking to pass again. Long shot here down the left side. That one will be caught and ripped out of the hands, but not before the receiver Jackson Babiars was marked as down.
5 minutes.
So a solid completion there for the Bulldogs, and maybe a chance to get back into an offensive rhythm. 5:47.
The ball
left
down
on
to
the
the
clock.
25-yard line. Good enough for a Bulldog first down. 1st and 10
It'll be
from
first
the
and 10,
25-yard line.
26-yard line. The Bulldogs will look to go quick. A handoff. Met at the
Aldo
line of
on the carry.
scrimmage. That one will go for no yards.
Stacked on the stop.
Logan Stack on the stop there.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
The pass attempt, man, coming up the middle.
Bulldogs pass is complete.
Burncott will manage to get the pass out to that left side.
Jakubowski on the stop.
Not sure who the receiver was, but Connor Jakubowski came flying in and forced the man down
Gain
to
of
a
3.
knee. Not quite a tackle, but it'll go down to the books this one. So
3rd down and 7.
stop the progression, that's what counts. 3rd and medium for the Bulldogs now. Burncott looks to pass again, goes out to the right side. That one
Bulldogs
just
pass
comes off the
incomplete.
fingertips of his intended receiver, leading Del Pesci, number 2.
Intended for Del Pesci.
Broken up.
Brings up a 4th down and 7.
By number
Ball's
28,
placed on the
Patel.
22-yard line. 4th and 7.
It'll be a 4th and 7, and the Bulldogs offense will stay out there, down 21. They're going to need some points if they hope to stay in this. 4:17 left in the second quarter. So the Highlanders will likely get another shot at the end zone. Cop looking left, rolls right. Is going to tuck it for a keeper. He'll get past the first down. That'll be a hold.
Turned off on the carry.
Absolutely missed by the
Flags on the
referee.
play.
Nope, never mind. Flags
Knocked
will
out of
come
bounds
out.
by Chatfield.
Might have been a horse collar too. Obviously not a horse collar tackle, but you just can't grab a guy from behind no matter what if you're on offense and you're blocking. It'll certainly move the Bulldogs back, and it'll negate some of Burnkoff's hard-earned territory.
Holding against Bulldogs. Face mask against the Highlanders. Penalties were offset. We played it down.
And a face mask as well for the Highlanders, so penalties will offset. It'll be a 4th and 7 yet again.
Fourth and 7. Bulls on the 22-yard line.
Another attempt at 4th and 7. Burnkoff looking to pass again, rolling out right, still looking to pass, eventually tucks it. He'll get a first down. And
Hermdorf on it.
that looked like a bit of a blindside block there against Joey Switlick in the back, but Burnkoff will be forced out of bounds by,
Knocked out of bounds.
I believe, Sean
98-yard
Drayton
line.
and Logan Stack. Burnkoff will get his team down to the 7-yard line, into the red zone for the first time today.
First and goal. Ball's placed at the 7-yard line.
Bulldogs will look to get some points on the board for the first time in the second quarter. Burnkoff will hand it off. Slow cut. Keeping the legs
Aldo
driving.
on the carry.
Is number 18, Tyler Fistaldo. That'll allow him to get a gain of 1 or 2. As there was a Highlander down in the field there. Our athletic trainer Todd started to come out, but was eventually waved off as he was able to pick himself back up.
In about 1 yard. Ball's at the 6-yard
Gain of
line.
1.
Second and goal.
Second and goal from the 6. 2:47 and counting left on the clock. Scaldo and Burnkoff in the backfield still. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Even spread. A flag will come up immediately, likely defensive, given that they didn't stop the play. And
Flag on the play.
Kevin Lynch will get the reception and bring it down to the 1-yard line.
Bergdorf's pass was complete to Lynch. Offsides against the Highlanders.
The offsides against the Highlanders. Likely a defensive lineman, but they'll bring up second and goal.
Half the distance to the goal.
And it'll set the Bulldogs up at about the 3-yard line.
Ball's placed at the 3-yard line. Second and goal.
Yeah, I don't know where she went, but I saw her.
Same formation for the Bulldogs. Burnkoff will hand it off.
Caldo on a carry.
Scaldo, who will be stopped at around the line of scrimmage.
Back on the stop. No gain on the play. Third and goal.
No gain. Third and goal
Ball's on the
4-yard
3-yard line.
Bulldogs will likely go for it on 4th down regardless of gain or loss. Can't pass up a chance to put 6 on the board. Another handoff to Friscaldo.
Caldo on a
Drive
carry.
into a mass of people and
Up by the interior line.
be brought down. Gain of maybe 1. Timeout Highlanders. So we'll take a short break
Up a 4th and goal.
and we'll be right back for the 4th and goal for the Bulldogs from, I believe, the 2-yard line. I'm Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School television,
Timeout for the
on
Bulldogs.
YouTube and or Facebook. We'll be back in just a second.
Fourth and goal. Ball's on the 2-yard line. 4th and goal. 1:04 left here in the first half.
So the Bulldogs will line up for the 4th and goal attempt. 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. Burnkoff will look left to pass. He's chased into the backfield and he'll run in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
He'll cut the lead
Adrian
down
Bergdorf,
to 15 for his team.
2-yard
and
run.
we'll see if they go for 2 or to try and get up to 14 points, or they take the extra point. Looks like they will.
Babbitt
The
on to
extra
attempt the
point.
extra point.
So Babier's out to attempt the extra point. That one will be up and
The
through.
kick is good.
So the score here with 57 seconds left
left
until
here in the
half
first half.
is
It's the Highlanders
27 to 13.
Bulldogs
The
13.
Highlanders lead by 14. I'm Nathan Filbert. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television.
At halftime, remember to visit our snack shack.
So
Get all your refreshments.
2
at the
touchdowns
snack
on the
shack.
board for the Bulldogs.
At the snack
2
shack.
rushing touchdowns for Adrian Bernkopf, the senior running back for this Bulldogs squad. A decent showing through the air. Did have one decent pass to Kevin Lynch. But other than that, a pretty mild showing from the Bulldogs. The Highlanders, on the other hand, a number of breakout plays. Elijah Garcia running down the left. Or Mateo Laloya, Elijah Garcia. High point pass to Conor Jakubowski. A very
Jakubowski and Drayton
an
back
impressive
deep
offensive
for the
showing so
Highlanders.
far for the Highlanders. Dayton also decently varied, but just not able to keep up with the pace of Governor Livingston yet so far. Whether or not they can turn that around in the second half is yet to be seen. Either way, the Highlanders will have just under a minute to try and drive down the field and put a 5th score on the board to punctuate a great first half performance. This will be Sean Drayton
On the return. Flags on the play.
return. Flags on the play, likely for holding against the Highlanders. Drayton did manage to get it up to what
Eagle
looks
block
to
in
be
the
the
back. It's
38.
the Highlanders.
It'll be a block to the back, so it'll move the Highlanders back 10 yards from the spot. And they'll set up at the yards? Yeah. Okay. They'll set up at the 25-yard line.
First and 10 for Highlanders. Highlanders. The ball's
It'll be
placed
first
on the
and 10.
25-yard line.
51 seconds left in the first half. Probably going to be a pass-heavy attack here, unless Pete Remicchio is looking at just end the quarter. I can't imagine he would, though. His offense seems to be on a bit of a roll. And doing anything that might stagger that would be probably inadvisable. Hughes in the backfield with one running back behind him, even spread on the wide receivers. He will look to pass, and he'll look to take it up the middle now. Tucks it and runs. He'll get out to the right side, run out of bounds. That's a push out of bounds. It'll draw a flag and an extra 15 yards on the run
Carried flags on the play.
for
Knocked out of
Colin
bounds
Hughes. Solid 3 steps out there.
by Fuscato.
Not sure who the offender was from Dayton, but either way, I'm sure Coach Iannacone will not be pleased. He's likely already not with his team's performance, but that one will just put a bit of fire into him as they go into the halftime locker room. And
15-yard penalty moves
We'll
the
have
ball
to give
down
him a
to the
rousing
41-yard line. It's good enough for a Highlander. First down, Highlanders at the 41-yard line.
so the run and the penalty stacked onto it will get the Highlanders down to the 41-yard line into Dayton territory. 42 seconds left on the clock. They'll have a 1st and 10. Hughes alone in the backfield, 5 wide set. Drops back to pass. He'll find a receiver. Or no, he won't find a receiver, sorry. He'll tuck it and run again.
Hughes on the keeper. Timeout,
34
Highlanders.
seconds, a timeout called by the Highlanders. Hughes talking to the referee about
Vivas on
something.
it. Stop.
Not sure what exactly, but either way, the Highlanders will stop the clock with a timeout. Avoid having to spike the ball and give themselves a few seconds to decide how they're going to take the last few plays of the half. Colin Hughes putting up a decent performance. through this first half. He's been able to tuck it and run, as we just saw. Able to pick out his targets. Hasn't thrown any
Second down and 7.
thing into too dangerous of territory yet.
34 seconds left here in the
his vision
first
seems
half.
good. Arm seems good. Has managed to put it over the top of the Dayton defense a few times, including for that touchdown. So we'll see what the approach is here from Coach Remigio. Elijah Garcia will be lined up in the backfield with Hughes. I don't expect him to go with the pass play. Or I do expect him to go with the passing play, excuse me. And they will. Hughes will drop back, looks over the middle, throws. That one brought down. Almost a punch out there. But Sean Drayton will get the reception and try and get it to a referee. So the ball can be spotted and spiked.
Good enough for a Highlander. First down, Highlanders. Ball's at the 20-yard line.
Play can be run. 18 seconds left. Hughes will look to run a play. He'll run out to the right side. 13 seconds left. Toss this one down the field. And it'll go out of the end zone. Incomplete. 10 seconds left.
Brings up a second down and 10 from the 20-yard line.
One play left if the Highlanders, or 2 plays left, excuse me, if the Highlanders are lucky.
9.8 seconds left here in the first half.
Hughes will have to throw a quick pass. Hope his receiver either gets out of bounds or gets down quick in less than 3 seconds, and the Highlanders can spike it with 1 or 2 seconds left. So they can trot a field goal unit out there. Or if they're close enough to the end zone, maybe go for 6. We've seen 3 fourth down attempts, so Remigio, in his usual style, is pretty aggressive with the play calling. Hughes will be seeing a 5 wide set again. We'll have to get this one out quick. Hughes looking to throw. Can't take a sack here. We'll have to throw it either into the end zone or out of bounds. He will throw it. And out of bounds.
Pass is complete.
With
flag on the play.
Definitely more than 0.1 second on the clock. Just a bit of a late stoppage, and there will be a flag probably for a hold on the Highlanders offense, so that'll move them back a few yards.
Do they have a kicker that can hit this?
And
Do they still do that onside kick thing?
we'll see if Mason Barker comes out for
It's like a half onside kick.
Holding against the Highlanders moves the ball back to the
what would be
30-yard
a
line.
45-yard kick.
God, hurry up.
Not sure if he has that in his wheelhouse, but the Highlanders will try and decide if they want to take one deep shot or if they want to let Mason Barker come out and attempt a field goal. They will let him come out. A 10th of a second left on the clock. Either way, it'll be the last play.
Barker on to attempt the field goal.
Sorry, this will be 47 yards. And a timeout from Dayton to ice the kicker. So Mason Barker has been putting some work in the offseason. I'm not quite sure what his long was.
Bulldog
last year. I
timeout.
believe it was about 30 yards. But we'll see if he has the range and accuracy on this one. I'm almost certain he has the range. He seems to be able to boot it pretty far, but there's all sorts of things that can go wrong. We saw the blocked extra point from Dayton on after the second touchdown by the Highlanders. So, of course, the kick could always be blocked. Could be a high snap, any number of things, but the special teams unit will try and give him his best shot to put an extra 3 points up on the board and bring the Highlanders to an even 30 points. The kick is up. And no good. Wide left and just a bit short. Almost had the distance.
At the half,
a few yards short.
Mr. Highlanders 27,
so
the Bulldogs 13.
To end the half, the Highlanders with a 14-point lead over the Bulldogs, 27-13. I'm Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television on YouTube and or Facebook. We will return in about 10 minutes. Well, there might be some halftime performances by or halftime performance by our cheerleading team. We have yet to see. I'm Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Or 15, correction.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was the freest.
Please welcome your GL cheerleaders.
Everybody look at me. I walk in the door, it starts screaming. Tonight we go all night long. We party like so small. Don't tell me about we don't ever go home tonight. Ain't nobody kill my vibe. Don't tell me about yeah, we don't ever
Flying high up in the sky, know this team will not be touched. Highlander country, let's ride. I look so fresh, you want it more and more. Highlanders. Three, two, one, let's go.
Your GL Varsity Cheer Squad. Outstanding. Great job.
Do you want me to get that? What kind of animal would I be? Right? Oh yeah, go. You go. So I gotta, unless you threw it down there, perfect. Where'd Grandma go? Come on, buddy. Where we going? Where we going? Yep.
I'm sorry. I didn't see you. You miss it or what? No, I don't miss it. I can leave. It's on.
Hi, Jules. How are you?
It's so hard.
I gotta go find the original Mrs. Fuller and make sure she's still
The
standing.
original Mrs. Fuller.
The real one.
Oh, gee. Good to see you. Good luck if I don't see you
be
there.
back.
Okay? Why? You might not. I just grabbed it over the team.
Do you know Corinne?
Oh, we've met, I think. Hi,
How are
her
you?
daughter went. Hi, nice to meet you. Because Alexandra and Brooklyn, I think, played on softball.
Yeah.
Yeah, together. You know what? I just was having a moment because I was trying to log off of water, put my hand on, and as I was doing it, my hair because we want to get something really quick, like movie.
Yes.
And then I was like, I gotta finish drying my hair. I'm driving in my smoke, my fire.
Oh.
So I literally was just like, I gotta put something on.
Well, this morning, I literally, the first thing that came out of my mouth was probably affordable, and I probably would have been, sent to an insane asylum. My husband is looking for a non-stick pan to make it. So he pulls out the drawer of my pots, which is heavy, so he pulls out the whole, it's on like, it's a slide. Pulls it out. In the meantime, a Tupperware container pushes up the shelf behind it. The shelf breaks. All the shit behind it on the top shelf of this, so now there's a drawing shelf. This is what I'm doing. Every goddamn time you want to Is this a one-year thing? He's No, I'm saying it's a program that you're receiving. No, it's a barter. Your event, the event. It's not like you're in the same thing. He's like, I can't do all this shit. My counter is covered in Tupperware.
So I'm just like miserable now. I don't hate that. Oh, hi. How you doing? Oh, thank you.
Are you dying? Are you dying?
And I just figured before like everything really starts to
Oh yeah, you're right. Did you get how good were they?
I think it's done off to me. My kids are living their best life.
I actually really happy.
You know, I get a text message. Are you
I was
here
so
yet?
worried that if
Actually,
Adriana
I
on
gotta work.
stage
I'm
with
dealing with the
yesterday,
landscape. Smoke alarms are going off, and I'm dealing with the
she wasn't able to get on the first one.
So I'm like, I'm getting there. Thanks. He's like, yeah.
Oh my God! Hi.
because
Hi.
Your son is doing
so my hour a week is like good person.
It's amazing. I'm like,
Yeah. Okay.
And Salisbury right.
We do like a half-hour stop.
Yeah, so I saw Nicole. I think you were actually in the thing when I saw her, but I was like in and out, so I Vanessa was at summer school in Campus Tanneries, you know, so we knew that. But then,
And like,
yes, well, she saw that it was advertised. She was like, well, whatever. Yes, that's what it was.
oh my
She
God.
saw that they posted Kelly's position, and she was like, do you think Kelly got Maria's job? And I'm like, I hope so, because that's what she wanted. So, oh, good. Oh, that's awesome.
So like that was like, it's just, it really is just like a metal structure. But to see it light up and then like glitter and sparkle, no, we didn't have time to, but we took the boat ride at night.
Yeah,
And we came back with the sunset and then it lit up at that moment.
So
It was
is
like,
Kelly and Murphy going to take over, or Alyssa?
and then Vienna, we went out at night, it was nice, and I want to go back. But here's the thing is, we have, like in these places, you have X amount of time, and then that's it. But like when we do the tours are like constant. It's like on the bus, get off, get back on.
Because that is a point I
Oh my God. When are you doing that?
makes more sense. Oh, actually, that's so Hans birthday's in October, so how do I get her to do this instruct? You just send me this request, okay, because I wasn't sure who, okay, he might even answer. Okay, and I know that. Yes, well, and Park frequently will answer. Don usually does. So, I know. Well, that's just. I feel like I'm dying. Yeah, I tripping down the west. But I'm gonna stay. It's actually. I don't know. It wasn't hot. We're not standing like this feels hotter to me.
We're gonna go underneath the stand.
I'm gonna go up.
Good idea. This is
torture.
Hi,
That
is so cute what you did. Oh my gosh.
I posted it.
You did.
It's on my Facebook. Ready or not, here it comes.
I think the girls never get
She's a senior.
Oh, it's all right.
They only get it decorated like one
She
year
dances
for
too,
senior
right?
day.
So my sister, my niece is
Victoria's like, I'm helping with the post.
fourth grade. Yeah, and she dances, and so I followed like John. I always knew. I mean, I remember being at softball and being like,
I hope Katie likes
she wants to dance, but she's really good at it. So I guess we're doing this.
because that's where you're here for us today.
So questions about seniors.
About you. I mean, it's also with my
Education, and should we wear like this shirt or senior?
No, I'm gonna on the then we wear the senior.
Oh,
outfit.
yes.
All right. 1 second. She's coming. Yes. God, I'm so hot. He's so hot up there. I'm so hot up there. These poor kids are dying. I was filming for
So
him.
what is Louise?
Oh my God! But
Oh, he's a senior.
It's like baby.
He needs a hat.
Oh yeah. You need a hat. You should put that on.
Okay, Caitlin's in Australia right now.
She's coming back now.
So she doesn't want to give up football season, so she'll go something else.
yeah.
Wait, will she be back for like Basil?
So what's great is that she's better because if she was in the state of your plan this week, and I let you, so she comes to the answer in the end of April.
Amazing.
So she can go. So I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's so great.
So she'll literally fly in a couple days and then fly back out.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm happy.
Good, good.
So yeah, it's gonna be busy too. Studying.
Yeah, I know. And then next year you're going to be like,
Well, yeah, next year she'll have
who knows what Basil will do? Like,
I don't know. That's a big wild card. My son is not probably traditional. He might be this year. He wants to live. He'd like to live somewhere else for a while. He's become very culturally diverse in college. Like, not a bad thing. It's just for me, like
Please welcome your Bulldogs back to the field of play. Please welcome your Highlanders back to the field of play. Escaldo and Babbert back to
And
receive
gentlemen, welcome back
Mason Barber kickoff of the
to Fry
second
Field
half.
here on the hill at
Here
Governor
at
Livingston
Fry
High School.
Field,
My name is Nathan Filbert. Thank you for
Highlanders
joining
leading
us here on
27
Governor
to
Livingston
13.
High School television for this matchup between your Governor Livingston Highlanders and the Dayton Bulldogs. We're just about to get started with the second half. Mason Barker and the Highlanders set to kick this one off. The Highlanders leading by 14 after an eventful first half. The Highlanders went 4 of 5 on their drives for scoring. Dayton Bulldogs going 2 for 4. The Bulldogs will have the first offensive chances in this second half. And number 0, Jackson Babiars, will get a decent return once again
On return.
down into Highlander territory. And he'll set up
First
the
and
Bulldogs
10 for the Bulldogs
with
at the
quite the advantageous
45-yard
field
line.
position. .24 minutes, and just a bit under left of game. But this one is the Highlanders and the Bulldogs duke it out. The Highlanders managed to put up 2 3-and-outs on the Bulldogs offense. The other 2 attempts, the Bulldogs rushed with, both touchdowns for the Bulldogs were rushes from Adrian Bernkopf. The first of which was around a 40-yarder on the first play of the drive, as here's another run attempt from Bernkopf.
Highlander ball.
And a fumble forced. It'll be picked up by the Highlanders. So, talk about a 3-and-out. It's a 1-and-out for the Bulldogs in the first drive of the second half. The Highlanders will take it on their own 39-yard line.
Carry his hand. Highlanders to take over. First and 10 on the 39-yard line. First and 10 for the Highlanders.
Hughes will hand it off to Elijah Garcia, who will run it up the middle for a gain of about 4
Garcia
on first down.
On the carry. Pintado.
Some clouds
on the stop.
showing themselves here
Ball out to the 44-yard line.
as we approach 2
Gain of
p.m.
5 brings up a second down
It
and
is
5 yards.
Still 81
44-yard
degrees.
line.
Here's Sonia Mehta on the snare drum. Hughes hands it off. Garcia.
Garcia
It's a big
on the
one.
carry.
Just past the first down marker
Pintado
into Bulldog
on the
territory.
stop. Moves the ball down
A
to
nice
the
gain
49-yard
on second
line.
down and
That's
enough for the
good
first
enough
down.
for a Highlander first down. Highlanders at the 49-yard line.
That's one of the things you just can't replicate about the program. The bands in college and high school are always a driving force, and even if you're not a musician, you can enjoy some good pep music. Another handoff to Garcia. Tommy Fettis is acting as his leading blocker. Garcia will
on the
carry this one, keep his feet moving all the way to about the
Well, on that stop.
44-yard line. Bring up a second and medium.
Moves the ball down to the 44-yard line. Second down and 5.
Second and 5, Hughes. Another handoff, Garcia. To the left side, finds a gap.
Garcia on the carry.
Takes it all the way down and is eventually brought down by a swarm just inside the 30-yard line.
Sminsky
Actually,
Pintado
just
on
at
the
the
stop.
30-yard line.
moves the ball down to the 30-yard line.
It'll be another
That's
Highlander
good enough
first
for a
down.
Highlander first down. Highlanders at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
It'll be good enough for a Highlander first down, and there appears to be a bit of wind now coming through. We had a relatively windless first half, which is something I like to see because it means my papers don't fly away. Not sure the second half will remain the same. Hughes, keeper, cuts to the left side, has a gap, cuts it back into the middle. Colin Hughes
Touchdown.
into
Colin
the end
Hughes,
zone for the
30-yard touchdown run.
Highlanders. All make it 33-13. The Highlanders have a 30-point lead. 31 awaiting the extra point attempt from Mason Barker.
Here for Theo Trombos. Mason Barker on to attempt the extra point.
The Highlanders firing on all cylinders through this first game with the Dayton Bulldogs. It's, as promised, a pretty good one. You would have hoped maybe that the Bulldogs could have kept up a bit more through the first half, but they'll have plenty of chances through the second half, and Mason Barker calmly sends that one up and through despite the block attempt. So with 8:17 left in the third quarter, the score is 34-13.
Bulldogs 13.
21-point lead. My bad. I said 30 points before. It's 21-point lead. And the Bulldogs will receive the kickoff. Of course, with the Bulldogs facing GL and the other way around, some new competition. The Highlanders have some other new competition on the schedule. They'll travel to Monroe next Friday and play there for their second game of the season, technically week 1. They'll have a visit to Lyndhurst on Saturday, October 3rd, excuse me. Thursday, September 24th, they'll travel to Lyndhurst. And they'll play Johnson, who is a pretty regular scheduling, but usually someone they play at the end of the year. They'll play Scotch Plains Fanwood after that, who is somebody new. And then South Plainfield and New Providence. A battle for the Mayor's Trophy to cap the season off on October 23rd. It'll be at New Providence on Friday at 6:30 p.m. A game under the lights at Leader Field.
Lynch on return.
And that will be one everyone will be there for. Of course, Governor Livingston and New Providence, heated rivals. There was a time once when the high schoolers of New Providence Township traveled over to Governor Livingston to attend high school, but no longer are the days, and now the two towns are at odds with each other athletically in a pretty consistent manner.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 40.
In the recent years, it's been pretty one-sided on most sports. Lacrosse, soccer, at least men's soccer. And here's a deep shot from Burnkoff. That one flies over the top. Nobody within 5 yards of it.
Pass incomplete.
In women's and men's lacrosse, men's soccer, basketball, and swimming, New Prov has been pretty on top of Governor Livingston. On the other hand, at baseball, softball, football in addition. At baseball, softball, women's soccer, Governor Livingston has been pretty solidly in control. Field hockey and fencing and other teams or other sports like that are falling somewhere in the middle. With a pretty even split. By the way, makes for a pretty contentious athletic rivalry. Burnkoff bobbles that one a bit. Manages to throw a quick completion into the middle for a gain of about 2. It'll be number 3, Kyrie Knox, on the reception, swarmed by Highlander defenders.
Third door's pass complete.
It'll set up a 3rd and 6.
45-yard line.
Bulldogs on their own 45-yard line.
Third and 6.
Wing formation. Looks to run, runs into one of his own blockers. Is caught for a second, manages to escape on the left sideline, lowers the shoulder.
On this scramble.
And is driven out of bounds. What appears to be, according to the initial spot, just short of the first down.
Ball's going to be placed at the 50-yard line. Brings up a 4th down and 1.
A 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs.
4th and 1
on the 50-yard line. Not sure who it was on the stop for the Highlanders. 7:08 left on the clock. The Bulldogs will go for it. Aggressive play calling for both teams here. Coach Iannacone and Coach Amicio both trying to get the one over on each other, although one's currently up on the scoreboard. Handoff. That one will be held for no gain. The Highlanders defensive line putting in the work.
Scaldo on the
Not sure
stop
who the
at
initial
line of scrimmage for no gain. Highlanders will take
man
over
was from
1st and 10 at the
Falcone
50-yard line.
at the line of scrimmage, but either way, the result will be a turnover on downs, and the Highlanders will get a 1st down at the 50-yard line and look to put this one away and out of sight of the Bulldogs. One interesting trend in the Highlanders team is that sophomore Colin Hughes has been the QB for the entirety of the game. Last season, Hughes, who was a freshman at the time, and Lawyer, who was a sophomore at the time, alternated offensive drives and even sometimes offensive down sets as a player runs out to get into the play for the Highlanders. That'll be number 10, Mark D'Angelo. Hughes will hand it off to Garcia. Garcia will cut it up the middle, shifty
Garcia
on his feet. And he'll get a decent gain to bring up what will be, I believe, a 2nd and medium for the Highlanders.
On the stop. Ball's placed at the 44-yard line.
Spot comes to the 44-yard line.
And 4.
Eerily quiet here at Fry Field. No band, no cheers. It's kind of like those pure baseball nights that, if you've been on sports Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or anything like that, you've probably seen AAA and AA and the affiliates, and even some, developmental or summer ball leagues have baseball nights. No promotions, no music, no announcer, just 3 or 4 hours of America's pastime.
Moves the ball down to the
I personally
27-yard line. That's
baseball
good enough
games.
for
I prefer
a
to watch them from the
1st down,
air conditioning of my own home.
Ball's placed at the
But
27-yard
I can imagine it'd be a pretty
line.
nice prospect for those who enjoy sports in their raw form, as Elijah Garcia with yet another rush to get the Highlanders a 1st down. That one was a decent carry, might have been just short of 20 yards. And we'll get the Highlanders down to the 32. And Governor Livingston driving yet again. 4:55 left on the clock for the Highlanders. Another handoff to Garcia. Ran into one of his own blockers.
Garcia on the
Might have had a
carry.
few more yards had he not, but either way, he'll end up getting it down to about the 15-yard line, and the Highlanders will be into the red zone for the 4th time today.
Matei on the stop. On with Litch. Moves the ball down to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line, the official spot of the ball. So the Highlanders will have a 1st and 10 from there. No first down music from the band. I believe they're taking a break right now to eat. They would typically do that after their halftime performance, but no halftime performance today, so an unusually scheduled break. Hughes hands it off to not Garcia. That's Mateo Laloya, who cut it right to the outside and sneak inside that far side pylon for a Highlander touchdown. His second of the day.
16-yard scamper.
And the 6th for the Highlanders. 16 yards, probably his longest touchdown rush of his career. Usually using short yardage, but getting the chance there, and he'll make it count. 40 points on the board for the Highlanders. And Mason Parker will come out to attempt the extra point. I believe if he makes this extra point, we will go to a running clock with a 28-point lead for the Highlanders. Although the National Federation of High School Sports may have updated their rules on running clock, and the kick is blocked, so I guess we will have to wait to find out.
And the Bulldogs 13.
40-13 is your score. My name is Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television on YouTube and/or Facebook. If you want more updates about games to come for Governor Livingston, streaming here on Governor Livingston High School Television, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and Threads, I suppose, but probably not. Instagram or Facebook at Nate Philbricks Productions. That's Nate, Philbrix Productions. You can also just search up Nate Philbrick. That's Philbrick, Philbrick. And you can throw me a follow on there to try and get some updates on games. We will be streaming every Governor Livingston High School football home game of the season. So, of course, here today against Dayton. We'll be back Saturday, the 19th of October against Iceland Kennedy. We'll be back the 3rd of September against Johnson. The 9th of September against Scotch Plains Fanwood for our annual Friday Night Lights games, when the Highlanders, the Highland Booster Club rents some field lights and throw them out onto the field so we can have a Friday Night Lights game. Of course, in case you don't know, we don't have lights here at Governor Livingston High School. So that is a yearly tradition. Draws a pretty big crowd, and that'll be a game certainly to watch. Scotch Plains Fanwood, we have played a few times in the last 13 years, and it's been pretty competitive matchups. And then following that, for the final home game of the season, and likely my final time ever commentating football, as I am a senior, we will be playing South Plainfield on the 17th of October. So if you want updates on all those games, you can follow me, Nate Philbricks Productions, on Instagram. That's Philbricks, Philbrix, or just Nate Philbrick. Anyways, back to the game at hand. 3:41 left in the third quarter. A lot of time left, just about 16 minutes left in the whole game. The Highlanders will probably start putting in their backups sometime soon, but not on defense yet, as Mateo Laloya and I'm not quite sure who the other...
Pescado on the carry, Fettis on the stop.
Tommy Fettis and Mateo Laloya combining there to hold the Bulldogs to no gain. Here is Hey Baby from our Highlander band yet again, one of our new pep songs. You'll probably hear these quite a few times throughout the games this year. We got 5 home games, always a nice number.
Now though, on the carry.
It's the first. And hopefully the Highlander faithful will show up and pack the student section for a majority of those games. The game that I know they'll be at, and we all know they'll be at, is against Scotch Plains Fanwood. Friday, the 9th of October at 7 p.m. An injured man down on the field currently for the Bulldogs, I believe. So the athletic training staff will take care of him, and we will go to a short break. I'm Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School television on YouTube and or Facebook. I'm going to get a drink because it's hot and it is just about 80 degrees, but it feels like 90 if I'm going to be honest. We'll be back in a second.
Chair for Tyler Friscaldo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Our
Third down and 8.
injured
Bulls
player
place at
has
the
been taken care
33-yard
of
line.
and was able to get off the field with the athletic trainers. So we will continue play. 2:41 left here in the third quarter. The score 40-13. The Highlanders with a 27-point lead over the Bulldogs. Here's a long shot down the field, and that one will be complete to, I believe that's number 8, Isaiah Rivas.
Berknoff's pass complete.
Pass from Burkhoff,
Beverts.
excuse me. That's Babiars on the reception.
That moves the
The
ball
0 and
down
the
to
8
the
look kind of similar.
33-yard line.
So that'll get the Bulldogs
First and
into Highlander
10 for the
territory for the first time
Bulldogs.
this half, and potentially allow them to right some of the wrongs of their first drive, or the first drive at least of the second half, which ended in a fumble, and the Highlanders taking possession and scoring a touchdown on that long drive of just about 8 minutes. Burnkoff alone in the backfield, rolling right, looking for a pass. Throws that one into the dirt, or turf, I should say. And it'll be kicked away by Mateo Laloya for some reason.
Incomplete. Intended for
Just to make sure nobody was going to pick it up off the ground or, get it off the bounce off his cleat. A little bit of extra insurance. So we'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 33 for Dayton. Burnkoff looks to pass again. And he'll be brought down.
Berknoff is sacked.
3 seconds in the pocket. And I believe
Theo Tombros.
that was number 75, Theo Tombros, the
Ball's on
senior
play back to the 40-yard line.
offensive and defensive lineman. Plays both sides of the ball and plays it well. He's already received
Brings up a
some
third
interest
down
from
and 17.
certain D1 football college subdivision FCS schools. I believe Middle Tennessee and Lehigh have already given him offers, so he'll be looking to put up some nice performances and continue to bring those offers in and get more impressive as a prospect. Burnkoff
Berknoff on the scramble.
manages to make back his yardage
Knocked out of bounds.
from the sack, and will bring up a 4th and 10 for his team. Or maybe just about 4th and 10.
Place at the 36-yard line. Gain of 4 on the scramble.
Correction, it'll be short of a first down. Camera angles
Brings up a 4th down.
playing with me a bit, but either way, it'll be 4th down and long. And the Bulldogs will
4th and
have to
13.
pull out a good one to convert this. The Highlanders perfect in 4th down conversions. The Bulldogs 0 for 3. 1 minute and 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Burnkoff with number 4, Dominic Pintado behind him. He'll drop back, looks to pass, throws this one way over top. No safety help. And that one will be caught by Jackson Babiars.
For the Bulldog
Connor
touchdown.
Jakubowski couldn't get a hand in there high enough, and Babiars manages to bring that one down to put up the first score of the second half for the Bulldogs.
For the touchdown.
It'll, barring the extra point, cut the lead down to 20 for the Bulldogs, and the Highlanders might still have to trot their starters out onto the field just to make sure they have the score gap they need as insurance. Extra point up, and looks like it was a wobbler there, but
101
the kick
left
is
here in the
good.
third
1
quarter.
minute and 1 second
Highlanders
left
40,
in the third quarter. The
the
score
Bulldogs 20.
40-20. Highlanders leading by 20. We will wait the ensuing kickoff from the Bulldogs, and the Highlanders will look to put up or continue their string of impressive offensive showings. Of course, only one drive they did not score on today. Mason Barker had a 47-yard field goal attempt, which he was just a bit wide and a bit short of, but was only a few yards short of the distance and a few feet wide, so hopefully in due time and throughout the season he'll extend his range just a bit more and be able to hit some of those longer field goals. As I've said, his longest field goal is only about 30-odd yards. Still a nice distance for a high school kicker, as the Bulldogs will try and go for an onside kick. Never mind. The Bulldogs will call a timeout. They might be going for an onside kick. I'm not sure. I thought they were shifting their special teams lineup on the kickoff to go for the onside kick, but turns out it was just a timeout. But while we're in a timeout, I will take a quick break, and we will be back in just a few seconds. My name is Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television. We'll be back.
Sean Drayton going back deep for the Highlanders.
So the Bulldogs will go for a standard kickoff formation. They'll kick this one deep, and it'll dribble not into the end zone. Sean Drayton will be forced to pick this one up on his own 1-yard line and only managed to carry it out until about the 8. That was an unfortunate one.
Drayton on a return.
I too thought it was going to go out the end zone, or at least travel into the end zone for a touchback, but just held up on that 1-yard line. A tough break. He probably will be told he should have picked it up before, but you can't expect the ball to hold up like that after rolling only 10 or so yards. Most roll for 20, 25. Either way, 56 seconds left in the third quarter.
First and 10 for the Highlanders at
the
the
Highlanders
8-yard
starting
line.
with their worst field position of the game, their own 8-yard line. Hughes will line up in the backfield with Garcia behind him. Even spread on wide receivers. He'll hand it off to Garcia, who will take this one off the gut for a guard of about for a gain of about 2 or 3. As you see, Theo Tomrose right there.
On the stop.
That right guard, number 75. I probably didn't have to point out his number. I could have just said it's the guy whose helmet is above all the other guys'. You can kind of pick him out from there. They have him listed on the official roster as 6'5", 310, which for a high school player is an absolute unit. And he is no pushover. He's not just all muscle and mass. He's also got a good bit of technique. As Garcia will cut this one to the outside. Might have been another late hit there, but he'll take it in stride. Coming up a yard or two short of the first down.
Scaldo on the stop, knocks him out of bounds.
Or 3. And the Highlanders will have a 3rd and short to consider with 1 second left on the clock.
Line. 3rd and 4.
Hughes will look to throw to the right, and that one will be incomplete.
Hughes pass intended for Chatfield, incomplete.
For Chatfield, the
That's
intended
the
receiver,
end of our third quarter.
That'll bring about the end
The
of
Highlanders
the
leading
third quarter. The
40
Highlanders
to 20.
leading by 20 points, the score of 40-20. I'm Nathan Philbrook. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television on YouTube and or Facebook. We'll take a quick break while we switch sides of the fields and the teams get a talking to, and then we'll be back for the final 12 minutes of high school football action in week 0 here from Five Field at Governor Livingston High School.
Fourth and 4. Highlanders are in punt formation.
So 4th and 4, deep inside their own territory, and the Highlanders will go with the safe choice to punt it away. Mason Barker stepping out onto the field. Bit of a high snap there, but Barker will boot the ball. And that one will be a bit short. It'll run to just about the 50-yard line, just barely inside Dayton territory. And Alexander Huther will put a hand to it.
Oh, the Highlanders down by Huther.
To down it. So the Highlanders will have another shot at defense. It seems the Dayton offense follows a pretty familiar pattern of scoring every other drive. Their drives have gone 3 and out, touchdown, 3 and out, touchdown, fumble, touchdown. So we'll see if they continue in that pattern and have yet another 3 and out.
Timeout for an injury.
Or some other turnover, or if they manage to collect themselves and put together a solid drive. There's been showings of good performance, but all around it's been probably disappointing for Coach Iana Cohn and for the Dayton fans who have made the not very significant journey out to Governor Livingston High School. Colin Hughes, the Highlander quarterback, chatting with Owen Clacy, a Highlander grad currently at Montclair State for sports production. He is a photographer here for Governor Livingston High School. He comes back and shoots games occasionally, mainly football, but you know, soccer, basketball, baseball, lacrosse, all the likes, if the guys can get him to come back. Either way. Handoff there up the gut for the Bulldogs.
Tato on the carry. Almost a sack on the stop.
There, Tombros getting the stop. And the wind has just carried away one of my rosters. Excuse me. I have to go.
pass intended for Lynch, incomplete.
I've recovered my roster. Incomplete pass there, intended
Brings up a third down
for Lynch. And
from the 43-yard
this
line.
is some of the duality that I was just talking about. Good and then bad. Good and then bad. You know, very indicative of an
43-yard line.
offense and a team that hasn't managed to quite get their feet under them for the season. That's kind of the point of these Week 0 games. Used to be just private schools and the likes who had the intensive practices and the deep off-season pushes who played these Week 0 games. But now pretty much every school will play one. The Highlanders played their first last year. Brunkoff drops back to pass. He'll tuck it and run. Being chased down. And he'll go out of bounds. Chased out of bounds by Laloya.
Be good enough for a Bulldog first
It'll be enough for a first down.
Timeout.
And the
Injured Highlander.
Dayton
Ball is
Bulldogs,
placed at
the Highlanders will call a timeout for an injured player. A lot of guys dropping. It is pretty hot out here. And most of these guys have only had 3 or 4 weeks of training, probably only played a scrimmage or 2. So they might not be used to the midday heat and 3 hours in gear for a game.
Here for Theo Tombros.
Theo Tombros, the man down on the field, not something that Gio will want to see, but he is back up and walking off the field on his own, so maybe a bit of soreness. Something's a bit too tight, rolled his ankle. Any number of things, doesn't seem to be all that serious, so.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs, the 34-yard line.
Brunkoff's rolling out to the right, throws. Missed his intended target, just threw it behind him.
Flag on the play.
There is a flag down. Not sure what for. From the looks of it, it's going to be against the Bulldogs, probably holding, if I had to guess.
Holding Bulldogs.
And it will be, so.
Penalty declined. Brings up a second down and 10.
Declined penalty from Coach Remigio there. I guess he didn't think it was holding and wanted to give a good show of sportsmanship. As here's Drowned by a Boogie with a Hoodie a few seconds ago. You also heard the third and final of the band's new pep song, Sweet Caroline. But here's another one they've already played a few times this evening. Brunkoff fakes the handoff, play action. Rolling out, throws. That'll be incomplete, I believe. The referee will say it hit the turf.
Complete.
Correction, they'll say it was complete. So it'll bring up a third and medium for the Bulldogs. A gain of about 3. Down to the 41-yard line. Excuse me, 31-yard line. Brunkoff will drop back to pass again. Looking over the middle. Now rolls to his left. Brunkoff throws that one deep downfield. And a one-handed grab by number 18, Tyler Fuscaldo. That
Bulldog touchdown.
Was a great grab. And definitely not something that Coach Remigio is going to be happy about, giving up that open of a target and letting him make that kind of catch. The Bulldogs might just be back in this one. 9:46 left in the game. They will be down just 13 pending the extra point. The Highlanders will have another chance at offense.
Mavericks on to attempt the extra point.
Whistles. Flags for his false start against the Dayton Bulldogs, so they'll move their PAT attempt back about 5 yards. And attempt to convert the extra point again. Jackson Babiars, the kicker for the Bulldogs. That one looked to be up and through the middle. And the kick is good. So the score with 9:46 left in the game.
Here in the fourth quarter.
It is Highlanders
It's
40,
Highlanders
Bulldogs
40,
27.
and the Bulldogs
This one just got a
27.
bit more competitive as the Bulldogs are able to score back-to-back and put together successful drives. And the Highlanders, unfortunately, going 3 and out on their last drive. They'll look to get back in offensive rhythm now as the Bulldogs will send the kickoff their way. And if I had to guess, Coach Michu is going to go very run heavy and look to drain as much of the clock as possible. Of course, it seems that he does have a efficient and it seems he does have an efficient passer in Colin Hughes who he can go to, but in interest of trying to give Dayton as little time as possible to complete a 13-point comeback, he's probably going to run the clock and hand the ball off to Elijah Garcia and Parker Chatfield and Mateo Laloya as much as possible. Speaking of Chatfield, here he is returning the kickoff. He'll get to the 38-yard line. Sorry, not Chatfield, Jakubowski. We'll get up to the 38 or 39-yard line. The Highlanders will start with decent field position.
Ball is placed at the 40-yard line. First and 10
Actually,
for the
40-yard line.
At the 40-yard line.
Decent return there from Connor Jakubowski. If I had to guess, probably see a lot of those 2-man backfield sets with Tommy Fettis and Elijah Garcia. Holding penalty will move the Highlanders back to the 30. So just decent field position. Instead, and we will see that, so Tommy Fettis out to the right of Hughes, Elijah Garcia behind him. Garcia will get the handoff. Fettis acting as a lead blocker. Gain of about 5 for the Highlanders on first down. Bring up a 2nd and 5. Elijah Garcia been a very viable option on the ground.
Gain of 5. He's up at 2nd down and 5.
Obviously led the team in rushing last year, but now seems to be taking the reins solely and is taking them in stride. Same 2 backfield set. Tommy Fettis just on the opposite side now. That might have been a false start from the defense, but the play will go ahead. Elijah Garcia will run that one up the middle and to the right. And probably
Fettis on a carry.
Excuse me, that was Tommy Fettis actually on the handoff. I think he came up just a yard or so short of the first down.
That's good enough for a Highlander first
Or
down.
not, he'll land right on the
Ball
marker.
placed at the 40-yard line.
And the Highlander will have a first down. Already burned a minute off the clock in 3 plays. Minute and counting, 8:27 left on the clock now. Hughes will come out. Only Elijah Garcia behind him. Motion a man across the middle. It'll be Fettis. So Fettis will act as a block. And Garcia will get
Garcia on a carry.
stuck up on his own blockers. Still going for a decent gain. Looked to be about 5 or 6 yards.
Melendez on the stop. Gainer about 6 yards. Moves the ball out to the 46-yard
It will be a
line.
gain of 6 yards. 46-yard line is the spot.
2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4 for the Highlanders.
On the 46.
With 7:40 now on the clock. Dayton as they fail to get stops against the run offense of the Highlanders. Are watching the time for their comeback slowly ticking away. And there's almost nothing they can do about it. Garcia almost met in the backfield, manages to slip away and gets to the ground. Let the ball go for a second. But he seems to be fine and on his feet. And
gain of about 1 yard.
Great spot there. Gain of about 1. So it'll be a
It's
third
okay,
and short
down. 3rd and 3.
for the Highlanders. Here's the question of whether or not we'll see a pass play from the Highlanders.
Timeout, Highlanders.
We won't see anything yet because we'll see a timeout first.
Highlanders would like to thank our business sponsors
We'll take
for
a
the
quick
generous
break
support of GL
as the
football.
Highlanders take a timeout
Berkeley
and
developers,
go over their
Berkeley
strategy
Heights
for this
and
third
outside
down. My name is
PDA.
Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us
SVP
here on
experts.
Governor Livingston High School
Goodman's
Television
Bell
on
Kelly.
YouTube and or
John's
Facebook.
Cafe.
Your score here with 6:41 left in the
Fitness,
game
Grit
from Fifield.
Athletic,
40-27
Athlete
Highlanders with a 13-point lead.
Jag 1 Physical
We'll be back in
Therapy.
just a minute.
Mountainside PAL. New Jersey Oral Maxillofacial and Implant Surgery. Talktopia. Dontre Driving School. Specialty. Thai Cleaners. Leco Heating and Cooling for all your heating and cooling needs. We'd also like to thank the following establishments for their generous support in feeding our football team. Parks Market, Clementi's Pizzeria, Jersey Joe's, Craft Bagel, George's Union Subs, Bernard's Cafe, and Cousins Deli for their generous support in feeding our team during the camp week and during team meals. Thank you to our sponsors for all your help.
Penalty flags fly here, both sides pointing fingers. The referees will meet in the middle to decide whether it was a offsides jump by the defense or a false start by the offense. Either way, it'll change GL strategy. And clapping from the fans indicate to me that this was an offsides against the Dayton Bulldogs. And that penalty will be enough for a Highlander first down. So no need to run a play on third down.
Moves the ball down to the 40
The Highlanders will get the conversion.
1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
With the penalty gone. Another 2 backfield set. Garcia gets another carry. And is buried beneath the pile of Bulldogs. Excuse me. That's not Garcia. That is Garcia? Can't quite tell. That is Logan Stack. Apologies. Listed as a running back on
Stack on a carry.
the sheet for offense, but more often than not a defensive linebacker. Last year,
Down to the 44-yard line.
Logan Stack was
2nd down and 7.
pretty decent contributor. 42 solo tackles, 37 tackle assists. He is second on the team to Max DiDonato, a now graduated senior. Now Elijah Garcia will get a carry.
Garcia on the
Will be
carry.
pulled further down the field by the Bulldogs defense,
Lynch.
and he'll go for far enough
Menendez
to get a
stop.
Highlanders first down,
Moves the ball down to
with
the
5:37 left on the clock.
32-yard
Over
line.
4
That's good
minutes
enough
taken
for
on
a
this drive.
Highlander first down. Highlanders. Ball's placed at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10.
So, Stack and Garcia in the backfield. Fettis taking up a tight end spot on the strong side on the right. Will be a handoff to Garcia. Will be forced to make a move to avoid a man in the backfield and only come up to about the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or so
See on the
further.
carry, Lynch on the stop.
Will be a gain of 1 yard. And now we'll see
Ball down
Garcia
to
sub out.
31-yard line. Gain about 1 yard. Brings up 2nd down and 9. On the 31.
Not sure who. I believe that's Carter Rich, the sophomore who just took Elijah Garcia's place on the field. Scratch that, it's Jake Raquel, number 2, who will be behind Colin Hughes. Stack still to the left of Hughes. Raquel given the handoff and met in the backfield
Raquel on his carry.
by,
Mendez on the stop.
I believe that was number
Loss of about a
88,
yard.
Jacob Melendez.
Bring up a 3rd down and
Sophomore
10.
from Dayton. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Highlanders. Be interesting to see if
Timeout.
Coach Remigio
Bulldogs.
goes for a pass or a run, you know, burn the clock or try and actually get the first down. Either way, the clock will stop with 3:53 left as the Bulldogs call a timeout. This will likely be a short one, so we'll just talk about the general trends of the game. Excuse me. It's been a solid one from the Highlanders. They haven't shown as many of the offensive inconsistencies as they did last year. Last year, they were more similar to the Bulldogs in this matchup. You know, they would have a really good drive and then go 3 and out. Obviously, that's kind of the nature of football. You're not going to have a great drive every single time, but it was the consistency with which they would flip-flop on doing well and not that became a problem. It seems now that they may have eliminated some of those problems on offense and also on defense, have managed to step it up just a little bit despite their departure of some key seniors like Max DiDonato in that defensive backfield. Of course, Parker Chatfield and Connor Jakubowski while solidly bringing up that secondary unit as the 2-star cornerbacks. Chatfield coming in at 6'4", Jakubowski coming in at only 5'9", but both of them able to fight their way in a possession. Demetrio will go for the passing attempt, and Hughes will throw this one to the near sideline where he rolled and get a completion to number 2.
Complete to Chatfield.
That is number 17, Parker Chatfield. Don't believe that was enough for a first down.
First down for the Highlanders.
Or it was.
1st and 10.
So
Ball's
the
placed
Highlanders
at
will get a 1st and 10.
27. Nope, sorry.
Did go out of bounds, so stop the clock
22-yard
and
line.
wasted precious seconds that they could have been burning, but not sure it matters all that much. Either way, wing formation. Hughes with Garcia behind him, motions a man behind. Garcia gets the hand up, trying to find a lane up the middle. Met by a Dayton defender.
Garcia on the carry.
That'll be number 18, Tyler Fuscaldo.
Fuscaldo. Baloo on the stop.
Gain of about 3 yards for the Highlanders. So even when his gains don't seem that flashing and impressive, Elijah Garcia still managed to
Pulls the ball down
trudge
to the
through the
19-yard
mass
line.
of people on
2nd
his
and 7.
offensive line and get an okay gain for his team. I believe only seen him held for no gain twice and once for a loss. 2-man backfield again. Jakubowski will be in the backfield, lining up next to Hughes, and he'll get the handoff, find a decent gap. He'll roll down to believe the first down marker.
Jakubowski on the carry.
The final spot of the ball is what will decide it, and
Babbitts
a referee's timeout for an injured Bulldog.
Injured player on the field. Fair for Nico Szyminski. Third down and 1, Bulls on the 12-yard line. 13-yard line.
Third down and short for the Highlanders as our injured man was given his care. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock. The Highlanders putting together a successful and quite long drive. 7 minutes, maybe 7.5 minutes now taken off the timer. Hughes, another handoff. Garcia.
Lynch on the stop. Garcia on the carry.
And that should be enough for a Highlander first down. Likely the last one they'll get in this game.
For a Highlander first down, Highlanders. Bulls placed at the 11-yard line. First and 10 for the Highlanders.
Spot comes on the 11-yard line. And GL will take as much time from the play clock as they can. As we see, some of the backups have been getting in over the last few minutes. Garcia, however, is still in the game, just to ensure that they can ice this one. There'll be a pass from Colin Hughes to Jakubowski.
Garcia's pass is complete to Jakubowski.
For what looks to be a gain of about
good for a 2-yard gain.
Or 2. And he'll set up 2nd and 8.
Hughes his pass.
As the clock goes under a minute and the Highlanders likely only need to run one more play to send this one to the final scoreline. Of course, Dayton does have 2 timeouts. They could technically call their timeouts to stop the clock, but
Jakubowski, good 2 yards.
I find it unlikely that they'll do so.
Second down and 8.
Will still come out in an offensive formation, and Elijah Garcia will get a carry, maybe seeking one more touchdown. He'll get a few yards to pad the stat sheet. But 10 seconds left on the clock.
Here at Fry Field.
And this one is over. The Highlanders have won their season opener.
GL
and home opener.
In their home opener.
For the first time in 3 years.
GL wins 40
the score,
to 27.
40 to 27. The Highlanders take a 13-point victory over the Dayton Bulldogs. My name is Nathan Philbrick. Thank you for joining us here on Governor Livingston High School Television, on YouTube and or Facebook. If you want more updates about games to come, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Nate Philbricks Productions. That's Nate, Philbrix Productions. I'm also a photographer, much like Owen Clacy. If you want photography, come to me. And if you want news about GL streaming, also come to me. I've been Nathan Philbrick. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this game. I certainly did. Thank you, as always, to our Governor Livingston High School Television crew, who will be credited once this stream is fully cut down and uploaded, and to our advisor, Mr. Joe Voorhees. That's all for now. Have a great day, everyone. See you in 2 weeks when we return.